What is up, my Demogorgons, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be I am going to be showing you how to create the perfect first level inside of a Mario Maker Super World. Now, I know that Mario Maker 2 is kind of dying off, but I might as well show all the few, maybe like 2 people out there who actually care about it, and I'm one of them. So this video is probably gonna have like, you know, one view. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So I created this one course, and I got a few people to test it. Actually, I'm lying, I didn't get anyone to test it. So I'm just going to be, well, my Roomba in the back. Okay, whatever. I am just going to be showing you guys the course itself. I'm gonna be playing it, then I'm gonna go through all the different components and how it helps. Imagine that this is a first time Mario Maker player playing a Mario Maker level. Sorry about the camera quality, and if it's laggy, again, very sorry. So, yeah, basically right here you got the standard, a Goomba walking towards you while there's question blocks. The Goomba's going slow enough so I can just jump on it. Boom. Yeah, by then the player know how to jump, and then you can get some coins from this block here. This is to teach the player that there could be stuff inside of bricks and question blocks. Probably be going around here, and then they'll see the mushroom. They'll touch it because they're interested, and then they get Big Mario, Mushroom Mario. So then they'll break all the other things to see if there's anything else in them, and they'll find out that they can also break bricks while you're big. Now, after the player found out all that, then, well, yeah, okay, what else? So then they see those coins up there, they probably want to collect them. So now that they know how to jump, they would jump. So they would jump up here, they would collect the coins, and they would see the Koopa Troopa. They would go up to him, they would think, oh yeah, because I killed the Goomba by jumping on him, maybe I can just jump on him. And then, they would most likely send the Koopa Shell running. They would probably try to jump on the You guys get what I mean. So then they'd probably try to jump on the shell, and they'd find out about the whole Koopa mechanics, you know. Then they would come over here. They would see the Piranha Plant coming out of the pipe, and then they would probably go up against it to wait for the Piranha Plant to beat down. Then that's when they would realize that the Piranha Plant is not going to be coming out. Now, if you're wondering why I'm explaining to you all these new players' thought processes whenever they first play, like if someone to first play this level as their first ever Mario level ever, I'm explaining their thought process so you can understand how you can put in elements to a Mario Maker course. Just imagine if you're making a course, everybody who's ever going to play this is the first ever player to be playing the course, or to be playing a Mario level in general. So over here, I made a little secret. If you hit this, you get a life. There's a pretty simple one, but it kind of indicates it by having a little slope down here. So if someone would go down here, realize there's nothing, try to jump up, and then they would hit that block and get a life. And they didn't do that, too bad for them. I made a little thing anyways. Then this is probably where the player would find out, oh, there's a little bottomless pit here. They'd jump over, and then they would get the coins. At this point, or maybe the last point before, the first Koopa, they would find out about the Koopa Shell, and they'd be able to use it to defeat enemies. But here's actually one of the most important parts of the level. Whenever you're trying to base off, whenever you're trying to base your level off, you should try to explain every component of it. For example, this level's supposed to be based off of semi-solids. I explained earlier with the coins that you can jump onto them to go onto them, and just in case they didn't do that before, they have to do it here. They have to jump onto the semi-solid to move on. This shows that you can go from the bottom, but you can't go from the top to the bottom, if you know what I mean. Then over here, here's a few more tricky jumps. People would probably try to jump to here first, and then go over here, and then they would see that. Imagine that's a star coin. So, people would realize the bricks, they would remember them from back at the beginning, so they'd try to break it. After they do that, they'd probably think, oh yeah, I can run, I can press the A button, but it doesn't send me that far. This is how you would teach people to jump farther, or you could just, you know what I mean. So that could teach people how to jump farther by holding the button, Or that would just teach people to use what they have around them to try to create new things, if you know what I mean. Over here, here's a little enemy bridge. This is just a little, just a little area to test the player's skills, and here's a checkpoint. I put this here because the player is probably going to die in the next section if they haven't already. And if they have already back there, they would know if I die, I'm going back to the beginning. So they wouldn't know what the checkpoint does. You collect the checkpoint, then you see over here some new enemies, the Paracoopas, and then, or I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. And then you'd probably kill some of them, or maybe you wouldn't. And then at this point, if you haven't already, you might find out. I forgot. Actually didn't even do that. So they would find out about the throwing shell mechanics eventually inside of here, the level. So yeah, if you're trying to create a course if a player is just starting off playing a game, for example, let's say let's say your little brother wants to start playing Mario, but they keep on failing at the first level inside Super Mario Bros. 3 or something, you can create an example level to teach them how to play. This is where they would most likely get their first power-up, because I made the checkpoint give you a mushroom back there if you didn't have one already. They would hit this. I have 100 seconds left. And then they would get the fire flower. After they get the fire flower, they would eventually find out. They would probably be pressing all the buttons trying to find out, what the heck is this thing? Why am I glowing orange? They would probably find out you can shoot fireballs. Eventually, they would find out that fireballs can kill enemies. And then over here, here's another little point to teach you about jumping through semi-solids to collect coins while avoiding enemies. Basically, a little combination of everything. Kill that guy. That would probably also teach you about how red Koopas don't fall off edges like the stupid green Koopa. That was pretty cool. Over here's another fire flower, just in case someone, lost it back there. A mildly experienced player like me would probably not lose one, but if you're playing for your first time, you might. I spat saliva on my Switch. And over here, here's just a little section. It might be very recognizable. And over here is, like a little jump. You jump over here, and then if people in general just remember hitting that hidden block, I have 99, hitting that hidden block from before, collecting that life, they would try it here too. Same setup, same way, same pipe. And they try it, they see this. This is a vine. They would probably go over here, be confused, pressing random buttons, and they'll find out how to climb up it, get the last star coin, and jump down to the goal. This, in my opinion, is a perfect 1-1. I'm not just saying that because I'm self-absorbent, I'm saying that because that's what I actually think. And I'm going to be going through making the make category. What course you're making? What course am I? Okay, whatever. Alright. And in here it is. Here is the course. The course itself, I'm gonna split it into different sections. This is the first section. This is teaching the player how to actually play the game. Now, so you see here, I taught the player how to jump. That's the most important thing in Mario. How to walk, or how to run, and how to jump. Another thing is that they would probably be trying to jump and kill the Goomba, but they would jump into these blocks, and then they would most likely jump into this coin block or into this mushroom block, and then they would collect the mushroom. This is how to teach them to collect coins, and that's one of their main goals, is to collect coins, see how many you can get to earn more lives. They could jump through semi-solids. Here's a Koopa, teach you how to do the Koopa mechanics. Over here, this is a little thing. If players are really looking for secrets, they could find this, so they can learn that there might be scattered invisible blocks around a course. Here's a piranha plant because I felt like it. Over here is a jump to teach them about bottomless pits, and it's not just happy blah 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 blah. Here's one of the most important parts, in my opinion, is that it teaches the player you don't have to, but you can jump through semi-solids. There might be some secret way around it or whatever, but for any new player, they would just think, I'm gonna jump and see how that works out. So, now over here, he's just some more Koopas for a little bit of, like enemy. Can't think of a good word, whatever. And then he got a piranha plant over here because I felt like it again. And here, I didn't do an underground section, but if you were to do an underground section, I think it's a genius idea to make the pipe, go all the way into the ground, just so it's not, like a guess and check trying to find a pipe, because I think that would be really cool. Over here's how to teach them about star coins and trying to work with the stuff around you, because, you'd have to, a new player would probably know that, they would probably learn to, jump up here and then jump over here. And no matter what, if you just do a normal jump, yeah, you probably wouldn't make it there. So, I guess you would. I should probably change that, shouldn't I? But this will teach the player how to either work with the things around them or how to do a bigger jump. It's both two very important things inside of the game. Here's to avoiding the piranha, Goomba. This is just kind of a bridge to work with stuff. Here's a checkpoint. They will most likely die in this general area. So I'm just teaching them that if you see this thing, hey, this is good. So hit it. And then they get a mushroom from this if they haven't got one already. And then over here, let's teach them about the fire flower and how to jump around and, you know, work with the Koopa's mechanics and try to, again, going back to working with the surroundings, you know. You gotta work with your surroundings to get that 30 coin. Now, you could do some really, really tricky jumps, if I can do it right, to jump off of these guys. No! Okay, I probably could have done that. I probably could have done that. Oh, no. Okay. That was bad. Yeah, I can't do this. I can't do this. Also, it's my first educational video, so if you guys like this, please make sure to subscribe. I would like that. Oh, if I was just doing a bigger jump there, I probably could have made it. So you can do that if you accidentally killed all these Koopas over here. But yeah, I mean, it's to work with your surroundings. Also, there's a red Koopa up here, too. This is also another important part of the level, in my opinion. Like, hold on. This area, the area that's all highlighted, forget the Goombas, I don't care about them, sorry Goombas. The coins, semi-solid, and the Koopa. Very important, very simple. Over here is another fire flower, just in case you lost it, so you know there's not just one per level. And then there's another little thing, wait, this reminds me of something. Yeah, wait, where is it? Oh wait, no, it was over here. Yeah, it's a little bridge right here. It reminds me of this. Yeah, okay. Alright, anyways. So, and over here you got a pretty, it's not tricky, but the coins are telling you what to do. And then there's the goal, but if you remember the hidden block thing, if you did it before, then you can get over here. So, this is basically, in my opinion, like I said, I might not be correct, the perfect 1-1 course, or the perfect course to introduce any first-time Mario player to the game. So if you want to do something like teach someone how to first be playing the game, or if you just want to make a first level like a Super World or something, don't make it exactly like this, because everyone has different tastes of what they want to do. You can make it like a crazy course, you can make it like impossible, but remember, always teach new mechanics. You can't just give a new player a mushroom and then immediately give them, I don't know, like, what's some power-ups up here? Hold on. I can't go up to the power-ups. I can't. Well, okay, I don't know, you give them, like, imagine it's a 3D world, and you immediately give them, like, a Tanuki suit or something. Actually, that's pretty easy. I'm trying to think of a complicated power-up. Super hammer, like the super hammer or something. You can't just immediately give it to them and then give, like, you know, like an advanced puzzle that even pro players would have trouble with. You have to teach them the mechanics of throwing the crates, smashing with the hammer, all that type of stuff, you know. Sorry about that weird thing on my screen, I don't know what that is. But yeah, so that's just an example. Of course, don't do it exactly like how I do it. But yeah, so this has been a pretty fun video. I think I enjoy doing educational videos. Maybe I should turn into a Mario Maker teacher. I don't know. Undo dog. No. Oh, what he undo? Oh, he undid this. Okay. Anyways, that's it for this video. Bad undo dog. Okay. Alright. That's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see how to make the perfect 1-2 course. Yeah, who wants to see the perfect 1-2 course? I want to give you guys a little bit of a sneaky peek. Look at this. Now look at this. I'm gonna give a little sneak peek of the perfect 1-2 course. I'm making a Super World, by the way. I am gonna probably release the Super World if this video or the series does well. Yeah, it's just a little sneaky peek. Sneaky. Building off of 1-1 mechanics. 1-up, and save that section for later. Anyways, yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Mario's very happy. Mario's twerking on front. Wait, what? I didn't say that. I will see you all in the next video, and adios.